And we are live. Hello, everybody. So, welcome to the MintGox podcast. It's a podcast where we talk about gaming, lightning, and get our guests to do a lap around Satoshi's village. But more on that later. This week, I know I always say this, but today I am actually very, very excited about our guests. We've been waiting to have them on for a while, but we finally got them on. It is the Coincorner gang. Woo. So, from left to right, we have Danny and Molly and David and Zach. So how's it going, guys? I know, I think, yeah, we almost didn't go live because Danny was off checking the Bitcoin price. So yeah, it's crazy. Cool. So let's just kick off with an introduction. So let's just start from left to right. If you just want to, say who you are and how you got into Bitcoin, and we'll take it from there. Yeah, left to right.
Era, but didn't really get involved until probably that 2011, 12 times. Really dipped into it, did a bit of Bitcoin mining, and then eventually launched Coincorner, which is a Bitcoin exchange, in 2014. Been on the roller coaster ride ever since.
Yeah, awesome. So to confirm, you are co-founder of Coincorner and you are currently the CEO. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, correct.
So everybody has to let him win on the lightning lap. That's how. No.
That's not how it works.
Not in this office.
No.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Molly, tell us about who you are and how did you get into Bitcoin?
So I'm Molly. I'm head of marketing at Coincorner. So I've been at Coincorner for it's coming up to 6 years now. As the first employee? One of the first?
Technically, yeah, first
Yeah.
employee. So.
So how I got into Bitcoin was prior to this job. So my background is in marketing. So before this job, I was in a marketing role in the leisure and hospitality industry. And I was just kind of looking for something different. I've been there a year and a half, I think, at that point. So yeah, I was just looking for something different. And I came across a marketing role, which would come up, which you guys were advertising here at Coin Corner. Didn't know anything about Bitcoin at the time, because this was 2014. So I hadn't heard of Bitcoin, had no idea what I was letting myself in for. And yeah, went along, got the job, started 6 months later, and then been here ever since. So yeah.
6 months later?
Yeah, it was funding issues.
Yeah.
So you can that's quite interesting. So what was your first impression? Did you think this Coincorner this is a very suspicious company doing this weird cryptocurrency? The word crypto itself sounds a little bit suspicious. Or was it like, this is cool?
No, so for my interview, so yeah, in my previous job, I was like in a nice cushy office. It was in a hotel. So when I went for an interview at Coin Corner, it was in a warehouse by the airport.
We'd been mining Bitcoin, and that was kind of why.
Yeah, so I turned up. All the guys were there. It was freezing.
Yeah, it was freezing.
It was freezing cold. I was clueless, and yet I still got the job. So,
you're probably the only person who didn't run away. Maybe.
So yeah, that's how I got into Bitcoin.
Like, so did you find it did you get it straight away? Or did you no, it was just like, okay.
6 years on, does anyone know everything about Bitcoin? No, probably not. I think you're always learning, aren't you? I think I probably didn't. Probably for the first year, I was just like, "What? Are we allowed to swear on this?"
A soft swear, I think, but yeah.
Fudge.
But swear in Manx.
We don't know any Manx.
No. Yeah, I think for the first year, I didn't know what I was doing. If anyone knew what they were doing, but
it's quite a steep learning curve then. But Danny, so am I right in thinking that you have always been in software development and computer science background? So your first impression of Bitcoin was quite, I suppose, interesting from a technical point of view, or was it like?
I think, as I touched on, back in 2009, I was still doing my degree, computer science degree, and it was because one of my teachers that touched on the Byzantine generals problem, and I was then Googling around and looking and came across Bitcoin. But with that, I didn't understand anything to do with it. It was kind of over my head, and it was just as I showed that to the teacher, they kind of came back with, this is something that'll it's one of them, pops up and it'll disappear in no time. And they didn't take it serious either, as a lot of people did at the time. So I kind of ignored it, and it wasn't until 2011-ish,
Yeah.
two times in 2010 and then 2011. I kept an eye on a lot of the tech news, so it kept popping up every now and then. And then even in 2011, we started looking at it for a startup company I was working for to use it as a payment method. But it was just the owner of the company.
Oh, very early.
Unfortunately, the owner wasn't interested, so we kind of ignored it again. And it wasn't until 2012, really, when we actually took myself and one of the co-founders at the time were working together, and we kind of took a little bit more of a technical look at it at that point and started playing around and made our own version of the coin and started mining and playing around a bit more. And that kind of piqued our interest. So yeah, definitely.
You made your own version of the coin? So
we just forked it. We just basically owned it similar to Litecoin and the likes.
Sure.
Named it Manx Coin and had to play around, but we didn't really do anything with it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Good way to learn anyway. Cool. So David, is that right? David.
David.
Hey, yeah.
The accountant at Coincorner. Been here for nearly 3 years.
Awesome.
Yeah, I haven't really got an introduction to Bitcoin. My first Bitcoin experience was all at Coincorner.
Okay, so you hadn't heard of Bitcoin like Molly until you joined Coincorner, huh?
Yeah, a bit green to it all, but now it takes over your life, really, doesn't it? I don't think not many people check the price more than I do. I don't think on a daily, minute, second basis. Yeah, just extremely involved.
I think it's the accountant for like a Bitcoin. Is it an exchange? Is it fair to say, or a buy and selling? Yeah, I think you probably should know the price of Bitcoin. So I wouldn't. It's not procrastinating in your case. It's literally doing your job.
Never leave me, but I know it. If someone asks me the price, I've got it. I'm with you. No, I don't know. Yeah, all good. Exciting. An exciting industry to be working in.
For sure. And next we have Zach, right?
Yep. I'm Zach. I'm the tech lead here at Coincorner. Been here coming up on 4 years now. So how I got into Bitcoin, I was doing a computer science degree, and in my second year we had to do like a 6-week work placement, and one of my guys on the course was working part-time at Coincorner. So I think he had a word with Danny, and Danny agreed for us to kind of intern there for 6 weeks. That was my first exposure to Bitcoin. Still trying to learn software development, never mind Bitcoin technicalities. So, and then after my degree, I kind of joined Coincorner. Not straight away. I had a year in another just standard software development company, and then I joined Coincorner a year after that. But yeah, it took me a while. I'd say, just like Molly, it took a good year before truly understanding Bitcoin from a technical point of view, while still trying to learn software development. And then I've worked my way up from a junior here at Coincorner to basically me and Danny leading the tech team, integrating Lightning and doing all that kind of exciting stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I imagine kind of being a software developer and almost going straight into Bitcoin would be quite talk about jumping in the deep end, right? You know.
And I'm proud to say now, what was it, nearly 4 years later, several of our team have actually contributed to Bitcoin Core.
Oh,
very
nice. Good.
Very trivial level, but
typos.
But it's experience. My first open source software kind of contribution as well. So yeah, as a techie, it's very exciting, this industry, isn't it?
Yeah, like I have a computer science background, but I kind of wish instead of going to university, I just started contributing to like open source project or like specifically Bitcoin, and just like, it's just a great way to kind of learn how to be a good developer.
Absolutely. I always say I think my degree didn't really help me. It helped me get a job.
Stepping
but
stone.
actually working in the industry is a lot more better than, so much more experience.
No one has ever asked to look at my degree. I kind of feel annoyed. I kind of want to show. It's like
I have a degree in fashion, so I'm sat here wearing leggings and.
I could tell you.
I didn't know that.
You come dressed every day. So it's like, wow.
Well, I'm sure that comes in handy with mint socks, which we'll get into a bit later. But yeah, but just I think we've probably jumped the gun a bit. Just what is Coincorner? So I guess Molly, you're head of marketing, so maybe it's your job to explain it. Looking at Danny over there, what is Coincorner? Just for people who don't know.
So Coincorner is one of the longest running Bitcoin exchanges in the UK. As we said before, we've been around since 2014. Yeah, 2014. It's gone terrible already. Yeah, so we are UK focused primarily, but do operate in 45 other countries, I think. We got Bitcoin exchange service, so buying and selling Bitcoin. We've got Bitcoin cashback service, so very similar to the likes of Lolly in the US. We launched the cashback service last year, so you can shop online. Yeah, it's cool actually.
Got about 1,000 merchants.
Yeah, big names like MyProtein, Boots.
UK merchants. Oh wow, that's pretty good actually. Because one of the sorry to interrupt, but one of the issues I found with a lot of cashback services, they didn't really work with like UK businesses. A lot of them were American based. Then that's good to know for any UK listeners.
Yeah, we've got over 1,000 UK merchants on there. So, but yeah, B&Q, Boots,
Curry's, PC World.
Curry's.
Oh, I was annoyed because I just bought my wife a laptop from Curry's like the other day. I would have.
Sats back.
Maybe I can like get it sent back for refund and rebuy it. I don't know.
Yeah, so we've got exchange service, cashback service. We've got merchant service. So for UK businesses who want to accept Bitcoin, so that's Coincorner checkout. What else have we got? We've got a DCA service, so that's quite popular as well.
DCA?
Yeah, is that correct? What are you saying? That's a question.
Yes, DCA. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about dollar cost average. Well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got you.
If you want to. So we have that service available as well. What else we got?
Refill, yeah.
God, yeah. Partnered with Bitrefill towards the end of last year, so you can buy gift cards for Bitcoin through our site from Bitrefill.
Lightning deposits and withdrawals.
Lightning.
So
that was
maybe talk about what haven't you got? Maybe quick. You guys are doing a lot.
Yeah, I think one of the things we try and do is obviously we've added Bitcoin and we've tried to focus more on Bitcoin and services around Bitcoin rather than adding loads of different altcoins and so on. We've just stuck to Bitcoin and the products around that.
Yeah, that's really important point actually. Just kind of So that's awesome. So I understand you've added Lightning recently. Is that correct or?
Yeah, we've had it in our merchant gateway for a while. That was kind of our test bed, wasn't it? Probably over a year now, or about a year.
Yes, not far.
So allowing merchants to accept Bitcoin and Lightning payments. So obviously with merchants, they sometimes the education is steep with them, and teaching them about confirmations and that kind of thing. Lightning really helps. Just the auto settlement really appeals to merchants. We found. Yeah. So we put in our gateway there as a test bed, and then we brought it into the exchange a couple of months ago, maybe just a month ago.
It was start of January to the public.
Start of January.
For a while.
Yeah.
It's still early days, but as somebody who's been in Lightning for a while now, it's very strange when you go back to on-chain. Maybe you have that feel like, oh, I remember these mempools and confirmations and.
Yeah.
Like, so, what are your thoughts on the word Lightning? A lot of people, are you marketing Lightning as Bitcoin? Like this is how you pay with Bitcoin, or do you separate it? Like there's Bitcoin and then there's pay with Lightning. I kind of think that's like a kind of open question, right? I think Bitcoin's confusing, but then like Bitcoin Lightning is confusing. So do you have any thoughts on that approach? Like would your merchants just be pay with Bitcoin and then they'd pay via the Lightning network, but it would be kind of hidden or?
That's kind of more what we do is kind of the via the Lightning network. I think a lot of merchants, they know what Bitcoin is or they've heard of Bitcoin, so it's kind of that's the hook, the selling point. That's what they want. and the Lightning is just a nice additional piece, which is in there. So we do go out with Bitcoin as the primary focus, and the secondary is the Lightning piece. Just kind of, I guess the way we try and explain it to a lot of them, it's just the payments rail. That's the instant payments.
It could be more confusing at this point if you hide it, right? So yeah.
I think me and Dave talked in the past of like what we see the perfect UX being, and we always talk about you scan one QR code and it will, try Lightning and then maybe fall back to on-chain if you can't.
I think that was in the protocol, but it never really got taken up, did it?
Yeah, but the perfect UX in the future is like even maybe the user doesn't even need to know which rails it's on. Essentially.
Yeah, with our app, we do something similar with our app. So if you scan a QR code in our app, it does detect whether it's Lightning or Bitcoin, and it will then go to where it's going to. So
I think the way we've integrated as well is that you don't have to move funds on chain or off chain, do you?
It's
all in the
there's
wallet.
not. Yeah, it's all in the one wallet.
Yeah.
The Coincorner balance can be used on Lightning or on chain without sending between the two, essentially.
Awesome. So people from any country can use Coincorner, or do you have to be in the UK, or like do you have to be? How does that work?
45 countries ish, but UK is our primary focus market. A lot of Europe, most of Europe, there's probably about 3 or 4 that don't touch in Europe. Australia, Canada, South Africa, and a couple of other places around the world as well. But yeah, primary audience is UK.
Nice. So where does I should have point out before I ask this question, we are giving away 3 pairs of mint socks to people who ask the best questions. So I'm going to get to the questions at the end of the interview. So for the audience, please ask a question. You can ask it on Twitter or do it in the Twitch chat or the YouTube chat. But I'll pick the top 3 people and we'll send you some mint socks out. But yeah, what is mint socks and what has that got to do with Coincorner? I guess you kind of have like a
Dave's like, I'll take the idea.
Okay, so I'm trying to think how it all kicked off.
A long time ago.
A long time ago.
Once upon a time.
Yeah. So Mount Socks basically
Mount Socks, not mint socks. It's Mount Socks. It's pronounced.
Oh yeah, sorry, Mount Socks.
Okay, I've been calling it mint socks the whole time.
Sounds similar. So we came up with the idea for Mount Socks. I think
a few years ago now, wasn't it? And we was kind of looking to find. We sell a digital product. It's one piece of it, obviously, as Bitcoin exchanges do, and we was looking for a way to kind of get out to the community, and not just the community, but to other people as well, but in a educational way and manner. So we did the Mount Socks more as a educational marketing concept for Bitcoin, rather than there's no money making scheme or anything behind it. Obviously, we sell the socks, but it's effectively a cost neutral as such. So the idea was we did educational. Originally, we was planning on doing some sort of physical clothing, and we didn't know what that was, and we kind of wanted to put. We was talking about doing hats with various education pieces on. We went through mugs, we went through all these ideas, and then we came up with socks, which was more to the point of like everybody wears socks generally, we say. And that was something that everybody wears. They're unisex, and you can size-wise as well, any size and so on. So we kind of went with the socks route.
Plus, I think it allows you to keep your privacy as well if you don't want to.
Yeah, if you don't want to show them off.
Don't want to wear a big Bitcoin t-shirt. You can,
Yeah.
Socks.
Yeah.
I think that's sorry, go on.
Yeah, I'd say it ticks a lot of boxes. Was kind of the socks angle.
Yeah, I was going to say it's quite interesting because like my wife gets annoyed at the number of Bitcoin t-shirts I have. It's like, don't you have any real clothes? Just all these black shirts with Bitcoin or something written on. But that's a fair point. Like people don't necessarily, they like Bitcoin, but they don't want to be wearing have a big Bitcoin target on them when they're in a bar in a dodgy part of town, right? So I think kind of socks are kind of, it's like your secret kind of, I don't know. It's like the Spider-Man suit almost, you can show your socks. I don't know if you have to go into Bitcoin mode.
Our socks as well are quite, the designs of them are very bright. So I think sometimes.
Yeah, I've been streaming some actually as we've been talking, so the viewers can see. But...
Oh, Danny's rocking some as well.
Pizza ones today.
I was going to say, do you have a favorite Mount Socks out of the socks?
I think Pizza Day is going to be my favorite, only because Pizza Day is my favorite day of the whole Bitcoin year.
I'm trying to find it on the website. Pizza Day.
The Pizza Day socks.
I've got it.
Pizza
There
box.
we go.
My favourite.
Oh, nice! You come in a pizza box.
Got boxes of
Yeah,
those
yeah,
sat next to me.
It's like extra today, I suppose.
yeah, that would be.
Yeah, but I mean, so when we came up with the concept for Mount Socks, everything about the product is related to Bitcoin in some way. So you have the name itself, Mount Socks, which is a tribute to a play on words essentially to Mount Gox.
Well, this is the MintGox podcast, so we kind of get. I think that we get the concept.
We hope.
So every design as well is a tribute to something that's essentially historical or a kind of iconic Bitcoin day event happening or whatever. You can only buy them with Bitcoin. So we encourage people to obviously learn how to send and receive Bitcoin. So in order to pay for your socks, you have to pay with Bitcoin. I think what else? Every pair comes with like a little information card telling you about the design and what it means, where it comes from. What else?
Proof of sock.
Oh yeah, proof of sock.
So the proof of sock. So as Molly's mentioned there, everything was educational focused. The proof of sock was kind of just again a bit more of a techie one, but you get on the card that you get with the sock, you have the QR code which will be on it, which is printed effectively with a message that you can verify that the sock has come from Mount Socks using the Bitcoin blockchain and using the sign the message, verify message, which is something that's built into the protocol that not many people really know about, but it proves that the socks were sold to you and were genuine and authentic. Just another little nice giving feature.
Bit cheesy, but kind of showing off a feature of Bitcoin.
I don't think I can say that I have a pair of socks that have been authenticated, so I think it would be a nice kind of thing to have, right?
And I guess the other one also is that all our socks are limited supply. So
yeah, I was going to say, so maybe that's a fair point. Like people collect sneakers and like trainers and like old T-shirts from like rock concerts. So get these socks now before the price skyrockets, folks. I think
we've actually sold out 2 designs so far.
Yeah, Roller Coaster sold out and Rockets sold out. And we've got very few left of a couple of others now.
Yeah.
So they're disappearing.
Oh, so there'll never be any more roller coaster guys, or
not of that design. No.
No.
There needs to be a secondary market then, I suppose, for people to. Is there?
Maybe there is.
I think there is a Lightning auction startup. Desiree's going to kill me because I forgot the name. I think it's Scarce or something like that. But yeah, where people doing auctions for products on the Lightning Network. So maybe we could have a mint sock auction kind of presentation. That should be cool to do. So, who designs the socks, or do you get
in-house graphics? Yeah.
Great. So not just for socks, they do other work. In-house sock designer.
Kind of the brainchild of everyone in the company, and then we all just shout at this one graphic designer. And come through.
Are you open to like submissions, or is it very a kind of controlled process? Or
That's a great idea.
Well, we have spoken about what other people. We've asked the public sometimes what designs we want, and we've kind of taken consideration. So we have done that, but at the minute we're not looking to make any more new socks. We're kind of going to let the rest of the supply kind of sell, and then we'll see where we're at. We may do some one-off runs, maybe every 3 months or so, but at the minute we're kind of holding off for the time being.
Awesome. Cool. Well, let's kind of change the tone a little bit, and this is a gaming podcast, so let's just talk about gaming for a little bit. So we did get our guests on to actually play a game, which we'll do in a little bit later. But before then, I assume everybody's played a video game at least once here. So, and by the looks of you guys, and you probably look like you're some seasoned gamers there. Do you have a particular game that you play, or that was your kind of your game of choice? Let's start with Zach.
What was the question? Sorry, game of choice?
Yeah, like for example, my game, I used to play Metal Gear Solid a lot, and that was kind of.
Okay. So back to my first console, probably PS1. PlayStation 1. Big Crash Bandicoot fan.
Massive Crash Bandicoot fan.
Big Hercules fan.
Oh, I remember that one.
On PS1.
Yeah, on PlayStation.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah. It was actually surprisingly good for like a Disney game.
So that was like my first introduction to gaming. Swiftly moving on to the PS2, FIFA, classic FIFA, and then the Xbox, the standard Call of Duty, FIFA, the usuals, and then you get a full-time job and realize you don't have time to game anymore. So I've been trying to dip my toes here and there back in, but haven't gamed in a while. We had a Coincorner CSGO tournament
CS:GO
kind of thing not too long ago.
We'll have to get you on to do that again, actually, because we have a CSGO Bitcoin game that we do. So you'll have to get a Coincorner team together.
Jeremy, one of our tech team, is really good.
So good.
He's nearly global, and he picks his skills up a lot. I want to, while we're live.
Have you played it though?
No, while we're live, I want to put out a challenge to anyone in the community. I bet you can't beat our Jeremy.
Well, we have.
Whoa.
So if you head to MintGox Discord, there is a CSGO channel where you can jump in there and actually earn some Bitcoin playing CSGO. We do have some people at the moment who are like from poorer, I don't want to say poorer countries, but like South American countries, and they're actually earning more than their minimum wage playing CSGO for Bitcoin, which is pretty amazing. A lot of people are losing Bitcoin as well because it is a competitive game, but awesome.
Like Jeremy played full time.
And money from that company.
His role here is
It's full-time gameplay.
Have you been...
yeah.
Sorry.
Go on, sorry.
I was going to say, have you been playing the Crash Bandicoot remakes?
Yes, when it came out,
Have you got it?
I haven't got the new Crash 4.
Oh.
When they brought out the remastered
I've got the
trilogy.
the remastered one.
Okay, yeah, I love those games. Nice,
Yeah.
simple.
My wife and I played the remake, and it's surprisingly harder than I remembered it to be. So it was... It's funny. My wife, she thought, because she's Japanese, she thought Crash Bandicoot was a Japanese game the whole time, and she realized, well, it's not Japanese. So I guess that's how it was marketed in Japan.
Yeah.
Awesome. David?
I used to play a lot of Call of Duty LAN party. Like we used to hook up our old PCs. This is in student.
You know what LAN parties are.
You know what? You disconnect your computers together and you can play each other.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, it's with wires. Yeah, so we used to do that a lot, and I got, when you play it a lot, you get really proficient, really quite quick.
Yeah.
That I got to, I thought was like almost, could I go pro at this?
Wow.
That sort of level, but then you realise actually no, you're not that great. So it was Call of Duty for me. Played an awful lot of that.
Was it Modern Warfare or?
Well, I think we went through all.
That's
of
too
them.
kind. He's a bit older than that.
Yeah. One of the originals. It might have been.
It would have been the original.
It could have been. Some of the original. I forget the map, like Careful, something like that. French map. And there's Bunker one.
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of Call of Duty, and I remember there was like this. The grenade sound was quite unique. It's like kind of like a tingling tinsel sound, and I remember that I used to play so much when I'd be out and about and hear that sound. I'd get like almost like someone who's been in the war or something. Grenade. Obviously playing too much as a kid. But...
I only play with rifles as well. I would never use machine gun. I was single shot rifle. I just thought it was a cleaner form.
A cleaner kill.
A cleaner form of the game. Yeah.
Wow.
So rather than just spraying,
Setting your own
spraying
rules,
and praying, I was just like,
nice.
That's the level I got to. Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, some people like we've got some professional players playing CS:GO for Bitcoin now, and some people are just like, they're like Terminators almost, like precise. They can do like a headshot with a machine gun at like halfway across the map or something. But yeah, Molly.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot, big Crash Bandicoot fan. We actually have you can't see because it's on my computer, but we have games consoles and stuff in the office, so we do have Crash Bandicoot here.
Nice.
What else do I play? I was a big Sims fan when I was younger. I know, don't laugh. Wow.
Live then.
Wait until I drop the next one. Minecraft.
Yeah. Minecraft is awesome.
Played a lot of Minecraft while I was at uni.
instead of studying.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
there have been Bitcoin Minecraft servers out way back in the past. I remember like 2013. I remember there were some Bitcoin Minecraft servers, but yeah.
No, I never just played the.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I played just the local one, but it was good. Yeah. So Crash Bandicoot, Minecraft, Sims, Tomb Raider 2 on PlayStation 1.
Classic.
Corner Prey Rally. That was my childhood.
Rally.
Oh, a racing game then. You should be good at this.
Oh shit! I shouldn't have
yourself
said
up now.
that.
It's kind of it kind of feels strange now that maybe it kind of shows our age, but the PS1 is considered like a retro game thing now.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when it came out, it was like state of the art, right? And you had these like discs and the graphics, and it's weird. Like maybe if you remember the games you played, you remember them in like modern day graphics almost.
Yeah.
And if you actually go back and play them, it's like this is terrible, and it's so jerky.
Did you ever do that with Final Fantasy VII? Anyone play
Yes,
that?
yeah, that was
So when that came out, that was like
amazing.
you thought it
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
gorgeous, and then if you revisit it, it's like everything's like 8 polygons, and it's really chunky.
that was
So good.
Well, I think like Crash Bandicoot was actually very like Crash Bandicoot was they actually kind of hacked the PlayStation to make it get the graphics that it did. There's like this interesting video where like they weren't sure that Sony would allow them to do what they did, but they did something very, very clever just to kind of squeeze in the graphics and everything. But that was like really hitting the limits of like PlayStation 1. Yeah. Anyway, Danny.
I think you guys have touched on most of them.
Call of Duty, I'm assuming.
What was your first console?
my first console was the Master System.
Master System.
Molly hasn't even heard of it. That's all that is.
And then the Mega Drive. Then Dave, you're the same.
So that's
I know.
Sega, right? You mean the Sega 8-bit thing?
Yeah. But I think I was probably a bit more of a PC gamer.
Wow.
So before the World of Warcraft days, Legend of Mer was a classic one, but that was massive in Asia, not as big in UK, Europe.
Just hours on your own.
Yeah,
That one, wasn't it?
that's an MMORPG style.
Nice.
That was like one of the
You're up on
first.
the acronyms.
Yeah. One of
He
the
knows
first
games.
ones. And then the original Counter-Strike, which was again in online against people.
Was a mod of Half-Life, if I remember. Originally.
Quite possibly, I can't quite remember that.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of that, and Command and Conquer. If you remember that one.
Is
Red
that
Alert.
like Command and Conquer? Is that like a what did he call
Strip?
them?
Yeah, a strategy game, but you can
Strategy
play
game,
online.
yeah.
Completely, yeah. So that was again another PC one. Yeah, I was more of a PC
What a
gamer than
nerd.
console.
That's like pretty like going back. Like I think now being a PC gamer isn't particularly rare, but going back like in like the 90s and early 2000s, it was like a PC gamer was pretty niche. I think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was a lonely time.
We have a guy in the office called Chris, and his first game was Horoscope Skiing.
Oh, yes.
Horoscope Skiing. If you don't know that, look it up. It's an interesting
What did you
game.
play it on?
I don't even know what it's called. No, it was.
Yeah.
Was that
It was a console. I don't know.
Horace.
Horoscope Skiing.
I'm
said it was on-
showing it for the viewers now. Actually, Horoscope Skiing. It was.
Used to play.
They did this on it was on like an online PC.
It was on Windows. It was on the Sinclair. It was on the Commodore. So that kind of.
We still got it. Apparently. You can bring it into the office for us to play.
What does it run on?
You can get it on.
It'll be online
it's
or
on the
emulated.
website,
Yeah.
you can flash it.
I bet it was state of the art when it came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
God, look at that.
I heard he was pretty handy at it as well.
Oh, you can get him a t-shirt.
Oh.
So yeah, shout out to Chris for that.
Shout out to Chris for the laugh.
And we've also got Ross in the office, who's our head of support, and he is the best Mario Kart player I've ever seen. So he would have been perfect for this. But he bottled it.
He bottled it though. Yeah.
Oh,
Or maybe we can get him on again.
yeah. So we've got quite a lot of gamers.
Yeah, there's a lot of games.
We'll have to do actually a kind of a race with the whole team. So you race each other. We've done that before, so that'd be quite fun.
That'd be chaos.
So I'm just using this
Good
live
guess.
stream as a chance to stitch everyone up.
You are right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's just kind of go into the game then, and like, so just for the viewers, regular viewers will be aware, but new viewers won't be. We have basically a Mario Kart game with Lightning that we developed and called Bitcoin Rally, and you can play this game at the MintGox events where you can kind of jump in on a tournament and race against other people for like large Satoshi prizes. However, with our guests on the podcast, what we do is we get everybody to do a kind of a time trial. So people, they race around the track by themselves and we select their best time and we put them on the leaderboard. So I'm just going to show the leaderboard now to see what the current standings are, which we can see that Nicolas Dorier, he is the current champion with 50.766 seconds. And right at the bottom, we have No Coiner Ned. So No Coiner is just my No Coiner friend who I got just to do the first score. So he kind of sets the standard. So any Bitcoiner on this podcast has to do better than No Coiner Ned. We did some practice ones before, and we might actually get a few people in this gang doing a bit worse than No Coiner Ned. But
All of us.
Yeah, Dave looking at me
Just
there.
looking at
Sorry.
you, I'm looking at you.
I should say that it's not their fault. I sent them the version of the game like only yesterday, so they hadn't had much time to practice. And what with the recent price rise, they've been super busy at Coincorner, making sure everything goes smoothly, which I'm sure it always does. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get the game open, and then each of the gang is gonna do their time trial. They'll be able to have 4 laps each, and then they won't see the time, and you won't see the time, but I'll know the times, and then we do a big reveal at the end. And then after that, we jump into kind of audience questions. Just again, please ask questions, because the top 3 best questions, as judged by me, will win mint socks. And as we've just learned, they are rare, and they're going to become even rarer. So I'll definitely try and get some of them. Cool. So let me just give me a second, folks, while I just get the game open.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll head to my gaming station.
Yeah, so Zach's going to head over to the gaming station, and I'm going to get the game open.
Getting nervous now.
I'm going to shrink this down.
We've got it on the screen behind us as well, so we can see
Yeah,
it.
you can comment on it. Cool. Free match, host game. So, oh, and if you have a Lightning mobile wallet, you will be able to withdraw any sats from coins you collect in the game. FYI.
Yeah.
What do I call this? Lightning lap.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zach will be joining the game shortly, and then we'll be able to see his stream. Let me just put some volume on here.
Oh my god, I know, we were all quiet.
Pressure.
I'm just going to have to remake the game. For some reason, the audio didn't come on. So there we go. So you're going to have to rejoin it, Zach. Let me try that again. 2. Okay, rejoin it for us, Zach, if you could.
I put out a poll on Twitter as well. People think it's gonna be the best. So
Can you see the scores at the moment, or not yet?
But yeah, so apparently 59% of people think I'm gonna win. Not really sure.
Wow.
Is that you and your fake Twitter accounts?
I do have access to the Coincorner account and stuff like that, so I may have accidentally wrote.
Okay, if folks from the audience let me know if the sound is a bit too loud or anything, and you can hear if there's any issues, let me know and I'll adjust that. Okay, let's just get into it. Cool.
Oh, it's definitely not. One more second. There's no chance that's
Am I still live?
Oh, there we go.
No, I'm last now, by the way.
Dave's last.
I apologise now.
So he's got 4 laps. The first lap is generally just like a practice lap, so it
Oh
will really
my.
such.
Whoa!
Going
What's
through
that?
stuff.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
tired.
Oh,
Nice
take that
corner, smooth.
What's my favorite?
Oh, Zach.
Pretty clean, pretty clean.
Oh,
Zach, when you say you've not
Oh.
been practicing,
That wasn't too bad. That's the hardest turn, so it's not too bad.
That's
You,
the hardest
you
one.
break for that, man. Oh, you break then, didn't you?
Never break.
You break.
I didn't know
You really.
What,
You have to
heartbreaks?
break.
Okay, halfway through. It's pretty much easy from this point on. There's not many hard turns, but you can get a little bit cocky because there's lots of. There's also a cow that appears.
Oh, what a thing.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, this guy.
flying through.
Oh, no.
Zach, you were just bluffing before.
No,
when
this
you...
is-
Okay, here we go. Now this is one that counts.
I'd have been happy. I'd have been happy with that one.
Yeah.
I'd just retire.
Oh, we need to sit down.
That's not the support you
No,
should be
no,
showing
it's
to
not
you.
support. Yeah, not support.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't bad, but I guess he just had a little bit of drift there. To say that each coin at the moment I think is worth 1 sat, but we normally, when we do the MintGox tournaments, we boost the coins to like 100 sats or something like that, so it could be quite a lucrative race. Oh,
Oh, I think you grew big then.
I think this one's a write-off. 2 crashes.
Alright.
But it's okay. It's only the best lap time, so as long as he gets a good one on the 3rd or 4th. This is when you guys are meant to be taunting him, so he gets a terrible lap time. See, you're all good sports, though.
Yeah, we're just letting him. It's too British, isn't it? Leave him to it.
I should say that you were it's the first British person playing, actually. So it's
Oh, yeah.
the leaderboard actually has we have Canadians, Americans, Australians, and a French person have played. So
we gotta do well. We gotta represent
Yeah.
UK.
Oh, you break then, didn't you?
But-
Never break.
I should say that the Coincorner guys are from the Isle of Man, and Molly is born and raised on Isle of Man, which I think is not actually technically in the UK. Is that right?
I don't know. No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's one of the things I don't
Yeah.
ever say, but no, it's not in the UK. It's
Part of
it's
the
in-
British Isles.
it's part of Great Britain
Oh.
to some
Yeah.
extent, isn't it? But it's not part of the UK.
I-
Which is just,
I do know because I looked it up before the interview. So,
Oh.
from an American guy on YouTube, so I'm not sure how right he is, but it is what is called. So yeah, it's not part of Britain. It's not part of the UK. It's not. It is technically part of the British Isles, but that's just geography. But legally, it is a crown dependency.
yeah.
Basically, what that means is Isle of Man, the symbolic leader of the Isle of Man is the Queen, and
Yeah.
you have British citizenship. But apart from that, you're quite sovereign. You can like make your own laws.
Yeah.
And also, if you get invaded, the British army kind of helps you out. I think that's kind of it goes to.
Yeah.
Sounds like quite a good deal, really.
Yeah, it's across. It's just such a hybrid. We're kind of British, but we're not British. But we're,
Yeah, we got even when it comes to the money, we have the pounds, don't we? But they're Manx pounds.
yeah.
Done.
So I'm gonna see his lap times now, and I'm gonna make a note of them. So
Need help,
The-
send it.
best lap time is okay. Okay, I've noted that down.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the game back open. Okay,
Okay.
who's playing next? Is it David is playing next?
Not yet.
I'll make the game.
Just struggling how to use a computer.
I'm not happy with that.
Oh,
I'd be happy with
Too
that.
many crashes.
I would
Too
honestly
many
be
crashes.
delighted with that.
No, you I am.
Dave, don't appreciate it before you even
I am better than that, you're right.
Okay, I made the game. Yeah, so you were saying the currency of the Isle of Man is the Manx pound, not the British pound, but it's
It's basically the British pound.
Yeah, but we've
it's like
got,
pegged to it.
yeah,
yeah.
we've got like little
Stable coin.
But like, does it look different? Like the notes look different than like a British note, or?
designs on, yeah. So
Right.
We had £1 notes as well until about 3 years ago.
yeah, I've got
Oh.
one.
Well, actually, I've been out of the country for like 12 years. I was living abroad, and I came back, and I tried to use my pound coins, and apparently you can't use them anymore. And like there was a limit where you could change them at the bank. So like,
You have that issue if you go to the UK and you've got Manx notes on you, you can't spend them and you can't use them in the UK.
But you can use UK money here.
Yeah.
So it's balance.
it's like a cultural thing, I guess, right? It's one of those things, right? It kind of keeps a bit of cultural heritage and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is that a bad start, Dave?
Yeah, how did you boost that?
Don't tell me.
Yeah, hit back.
So it's too late now.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
So this is David playing, but David is using Zach's Twitter account to log in. So just
You're just messing around with it. Oh, it counts.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
Has anyone been this bad so far?
Brecky was about the same, maybe.
Wow.
But
Okay,
Brecky was dressed as a wizard, so he had like hair and in his face and stuff. So
He's like that.
Just.
I watched Nicholas Doria's lap earlier, and that was unbelievable.
he was practicing for a long time.
Pretty convinced he must have coded something up before. He was just casually chatting while he was doing it as well.
Dave, explain to us what you're doing right now.
What's your strategy, Dave?
Oh, you're still on the first lap?
I think the first lap is good to experiment, right? You want to. What happens if I go too fast in this? It's no big deal if you kind of go too fast and end up crashing because you're experimenting. So.
Oh, I thought you were going to strange that.
Oh.
I helped.
Oh, you're looking a bit shaky, mate.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. What about Dave?
Have you ever heard of the break? Oh.
I think the thing is, in Mario Kart, you don't really have to brake. So this
Yeah.
game is a little bit different where you have to brake. So.
I noticed that you can jump in this, can't you, as well?
Yeah.
I was hoping it would be like the Mario Kart slide.
You can drift as well, so yeah, you can drift. But it's a bit hard. You have to like jump and hold jump and then kind of turn, and there is a way to drift on it.
Oh,
Space.
Space.
You don't need to jump.
Oh,
You didn't tell me
I
that
want to
before.
jump.
Well, if you want to jump, then crack on.
Then I've got an excuse of why I lost.
This is slightly better.
This is a practice lap as well, David.
That's not looking good.
Oh.
Right,
Sorry. Restream just scared me there and just showed reconnecting, but I think we didn't drop off.
Okay. Oh.
Ooh. Right, the corner's coming up.
Don't tell him.
Oh, the corner's not coming up. Oh.
Oh,
the wrong way.
you're going the wrong way, mate.
Oh,
You gotta go the other way, mate.
you got breaking.
I'm only giving Dave a hard time because he's been bigging himself up
Yeah.
all night.
He's made himself favourite.
Dave prides himself on being the youngest man.
Did you remember? Did you remember to tune your cart before you did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It should remember it though. It should. I think it should remember it. If so, David will be playing with you whatever you tuned if you hadn't tuned it.
I think we all agreed on the tune.
I don't remember being fun.
Probably didn't agree, but I think we went 3 in speed, 1 in with acceleration, 1 in crash, speed up.
I saw Zach doing it by
Wow.
Okay, final lap.
Look at that, you flew over the line, huh?
Final lap,
Literally.
Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Come on.
Let's pull your finger out.
Come on, Dave. Just hit that fence.
Got my hands sweating. I'm
Which
like,
fence?
oh.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh.
I know you've had a Red Bull, mate, but
You're
wow.
making us dizzy.
Oh, how have you managed that?
Oh,
Yeah, that
absolutely
guy.
flew.
Oh.
You deserve that, to be
Yeah,
fair.
you did.
If Dave loses, the office is going to love it. That's why we give him a hard time.
I think that difficult corner. I'm going to name it Coincorner now.
Yeah, me and Dave hit the fence. You guys are going to hit the fence.
Hey, what are you saying?
Wow.
We saw the
Confidence
practice
in it.
laps.
So we have got a lot of questions coming through. This is the most questions we've had for a guest. So, guys like you.
I don't know why.
You haven't seen the questions yet.
Chat says the friendliest team in crypto or something.
Oh,
That's probably one of our staff.
Yeah, Ryan there, Ryan.
Oh, sorry, friendliest team in Bitcoin. That's even better. But they put Bitcoin TM with a trademark, so maybe that's Craig Wright.
Yeah, well,
Cool. Let
I
me
thought
get.
I thought I got all this.
I'm
one.
devastated.
Oh shit, I'm up.
Let me get David's time. Best time.
Yeah.
Take a seat.
Molly, this is mine yours to be taking it.
Absolutely not. Not a
I'm
chance.
so annoyed.
Okay.
So that was my time to shine. I've absolutely bottled it.
I don't even need to race now. I'm just happy you've not won.
Chris, how many people are watching? How many people did Dave bottle in front of?
Oh, I'm not quite sure. I can get that later. But yeah, anyway, it's going to be forever on the internet, on YouTube. So there'll be plenty of time for.
Oh, how frustrating.
Yeah, this is recorded as well, Dave, so we can rewatch the laps over and over again.
Okay.
Oh,
I hit over.
I made the game, Molly.
Every lap.
Ready?
First thing Monday, you can come into that playing on the screen.
Yeah. Best of luck, Molly.
Come on, Molly. I had you down as our winner.
Yeah, go on, Molly.
No, I don't need that pressure. But
Oh yeah, it's got to do it. I could cry.
Great. Okay, let's start this.
Second cries are great.
That's rude.
just all carry on mocking Dave
Yeah.
for this race after race.
Come on,
You
Molly.
look so much faster.
Yeah. Probably thought I was.
There's some laps you barely hit.
My hands are really sweaty.
Every
I'm
corner.
sweating.
Go on, Molly.
Yeah, go on, Molly.
When it hits one, hit up for the boost.
Oh, no, what?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
It doesn't really matter because it's the first.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but it does matter if you're racing against other people.
Go on, Molly.
Oh.
I like that scream.
So it's begun.
First lap, right? Practice lap.
Yeah, practice lap.
Don't worry about it.
You tell yourself that.
I'm not worried. I'm
You're
not
cheering
worried.
Dave
I'm
up
not
now,
worried.
Who's the enemy?
This is
Oh,
cheering
shit.
Dave up.
Cheers, Molly.
Someone's got to come lap.
Look at this.
You guys were eating pizzas. Were you drinking beer as well, or could that be an excuse? No. Okay, you're all sober, so.
Yeah.
I've had too much caffeine. This is a problem.
It's literally every
Oh.
course. It's hitting every course.
There was the racing driver. What was it? Was it Jackie Stewart who? This is like in the 50s or 60s when F1, where you could turn up drunk and race drunk. But he turned up completely drunk and he was racing, but his lap times were good. And as he sobered up, the lap times got worse. So when he went into pit stop, they'd fill the car up with petrol and him up with whiskey or something. So.
That's just too much to get accelerated.
Molly, I'm pretty sure I just saw you fly, by the way. I didn't realise you could fly in this game.
Press spacebar. Press spacebar now.
Oh,
Hey!
Oh,
Oh, you missed
Oh,
the...
Distractions.
Moved out of the way of the
Get out
boost.
of the way, that boost.
That was a nice tactic.
I landed on an angle.
I'm waiting for a
Should
cow
get
to
affected.
appear.
I don't know where the cow is today.
This is a good one.
Saving all the cows for Danny's lap.
I need to put the cow on the mini map so you can see its location. I'll make a note of that actually.
Has anyone hit a cow on the lightning lap yet?
I think we did actually, yeah, but I can't remember who. I need more cows. Is the thing.
I'm not worried.
We can't do it without the cows.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need a cow.
Can you design a track that's just a circle?
Straight line.
Straight line.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't.
This is the easiest track as well, so we have harder tracks, but
You got 2 more laps, Molly.
Okay.
it's not.
Don't worry.
It's actually. Oh, I was gonna say it's not too bad, but then she messed up a little bit.
I think you still beat Bracky.
You know what? If I beat Bracky, I'll be happy.
You might not be happy. I was just trying to
So
cheer you up.
Brecky turned up as a wizard because, like MintGox, we have the wizard, but his name on the leaderboard was Brecky the Blind because he was that bad at driving.
Oh, boosting into the fence. Next level strats. Just try to find the glitch in the game.
Yeah, I thought it was like Mario Kart where you had
You
a
can
secret.
Find the shortcut.
Oh,
Yeah, like Crash where you can jump
There-
on the fence.
That's
that-
why I'm the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are shortcuts, but not in this map. They're called ultra shortcuts.
Wish you told me that before I was 3 laps in
Yeah.
and still looking for the shortcut.
This map might have a shortcut by accident. Some players actually found shortcuts by mistake. You know, where they could hack the game. Not hack the game, but find bugs and stuff. Mario
Go on.
Kart has that actually. There's some weird bugs that you can exploit to skip half the lap.
Yeah. Last lap's your
I
lap.
don't even think that'd help Molly now.
No.
Last lap's her lap. No, no
No,
fences.
no fences on the last lap.
Don't think a miracle's gonna help Molly right now.
Honestly, my hand like is pressed to this keyboard. You know, so bad you got like hand cramp.
Well, I've done 3 laps.
Right, here we go, Molly.
Very good
Oh, I
start to the
know.
lap.
Here you go, Molly. You're slowing yourself down for the finish line.
I still want to show you guys up.
Yeah.
I'm, like, I didn't want to let you guys be beaten by a girl. That would be humiliating for all of you.
Sorry, there's no chance.
Oh, no, this is alright so far.
I'm confident I'm gonna get
Maybe
beat.
Danny.
I thought it was going alright.
No, but and then when you say it,
It's this next corner that's the
oh,
Oh, no,
Okay,
okay.
you need to break it.
Oh, that's
Alright,
fast.
You
yeah.
did that one.
Yeah, bounce, yeah, but then I got caught down
That
here.
bit's. Oh,
Oh,
no way.
I'm surprised
No,
myself.
no way.
You do know that brake is the down arrow. Just like
yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
use it.
I'm
I think Molly thinks hitting into the fence is how to brake, but
That's how I drive in real life.
Whoa.
Oh.
do people even need cars on the Isle of Man? Isn't it like 30 miles big or something? It's how a bicycle would do.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah, 30, 38, 39 miles. It's the end to end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe you need a car if you need.
There's a lot of no speed limit roads as well, though, so you can.
Well,
do whatever.
it's famous for the Isle of Man. Is it like a motorbike racing is famous there?
This is why I'm
And-
like,
Oh, skills in the air.
have it shown my
Sliding it home.
That was the most entertaining. Let me make note of that. And
That's what I'm here for. I'm here as the entertainment.
It's harder than you
It is. It's also because we have no speed limits over here. I don't know what a brake is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my hand's on.
Next we have the boss man. Let me just make that game.
Oh, I think, am I the only female that's been on this as well? And I just seen-
Nope. You've had Crypto Mags, if you know her.
I know
Oh,
Crypto Mags,
Molly.
yeah.
Yeah.
God.
So
No,
she was.
That's okay. I thought I'd let all females down. So at least she did well, I
No,
think.
I'm gonna let all
Yeah. You'll just let everyone down here.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. There's a little bug in this game where the audio goes off, so I need to remake the game. Okay. There we go. Now you can join it now, Danny.
Ready?
What did you say?
What is the Bitcoin scene like on the Isle of Man? Is it quite a hub or?
No.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just say it live.
No, it's, well,
I think best case scenario, Danny, someone jumps in that's not you. To
To
be honest,
I hope so.
Right, start again.
yeah, there's just us really on Ireland. We've had a few other companies move over recently.
yeah, Bittylicious announced that they had moved over.
I remember Bittylicious. I remember years ago when I tried to buy Bitcoin in England, I think you had to do an exam to get a membership on their website. It was very weird. You had to they had like a question. I think it was Bittylicious. It could be another company, but you had to actually answer a question, like do a test to get an account to make sure you were informed.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They're around there, so they've moved over. There's a couple of other sort of people we know on the island who are interested in Bitcoin, but
Yeah, there's a lot of blockchain people which were, well, I'm not really interested in.
Bitcoin, not blockchain.
Bitcoin, yeah.
Oh,
I think that's true everywhere in a way.
comes the corner.
It's absolutely, oh,
Ooh,
It's not too bad.
even better.
It's not good though.
yeah, pressure makes time. Isn't it?
No pressure, which makes me panic.
Started well down.
Have you guys ever thought after the pandemic making like a conference or something on the Isle of Man? It's a really nice place to go to. So
Yeah, it's lovely. I think, yeah, Expo was it called in 2014?
No,
No,
Crypto
there's
Valley
not.
Summit.
Crypto Valley Summit.
Crypto Valley Summit, yeah.
That was a big one over here. That a lot of the big names came to. I think like BitPay came.
Yeah.
That was all around banking, I think. But yeah, it's a lovely island. And I think everyone that comes over wants to stay.
Yeah. One of my
I-
favorite YouTubers is based on the Isle of Man, so I'll always see him posting about it and stuff. So it seems nice, but you won't let anybody in at the moment, right? I think
Yeah, no.
not as
Have you
dirty
been here?
mainlanders. No, I haven't. But it's always. I was gonna go because I had moved back to the UK, so I was gonna do some traveling around the UK. But yeah, something happened. So
Yeah.
but I'd love to go. So, but yeah, as soon as I'm allowed in, I'm gonna jump over there and say hi to you guys.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, no,
Don't
it
blame
does
the game,
sound
Dan.
fair.
He's blaming the
This
game.
Isle, yeah.
I don't know.
It's not an
Oh,
RPG
this makes
anymore.
me
Dan.
look good.
You can't go explore the world.
Strategy.
I would say that everybody was better when we did the practice stream, so it's kind of maybe the pressure is on.
Yeah. Oh,
I should say in real life though, who won go-karting last year?
no one.
Yeah, so every year for Coincorner's birthday, we go go-karting in real life.
Okay,
Danny won that last year, to be fair, but that's because he's small and light.
that's what I
Yeah, but-
mean. Go kart is all about the smallest guy wins, right?
Yeah, so us heavyweights like me and Dave,
We get
chance.
lapped on the first lap.
No chance.
Good
We have no
excuse.
chance.
They should put like weights on the carts to like balance everyone out, right? But,
Yeah, I suggested that.
Yeah.
It'll just give us quite a big head start.
Well, a full lap.
I need a couple.
Yeah, we have some of the guys and they have to take it very seriously and go on crash diets.
Yeah, have like
before-
weight cuts before goal. Yeah. It's very serious.
Yeah.
We're still doing that.
Yeah.
Crash night.
Yeah, we did take it really seriously. We had it's brutal at the start line as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh
You-
yeah.
Did you end up upside down?
I think I'm the only guy ever to flip a go-kart on the
Yeah.
island. They said it's impossible, and then about
Same.
20 minutes later, I was
How
off
did
the go-kart with it flipped,
how did you manage to flip it? Were you trying to
I
like do a jump or something?
and the person in front of me decided not to brake. No, and then I decided not to brake also. So they broke, I didn't brake. I kind of rode up the back,
Yeah.
flipped.
But you still got back in your go-kart and then lapped me on that same.
Yeah, I still like
That's how
safe.
slow I was going.
Come on, Danny, final lap.
Final lap.
Oh, you're doing well, Evan.
No.
Driving for Britain.
Oh, that won't help. You don't want to be in there, mate.
This could be worse than Brecky,
You gotta
don't
try and stay on the circuit. No, mate, circuit.
Can't believe you tried to play the game about 2 laps ago.
That's too wide there. Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
How?
No,
I mean,
I think it's between me and Zach.
Do you think you got it?
Where am I? In that right?
What's behind?
Very, very close.
Oh.
Oh.
What are you doing up there?
Danny, you absolutely lost it.
Oh well.
What's your fastest time, Chris? Or you said you're not very good at the game.
I haven't actually done a time trial. Maybe I should do one. But people wouldn't believe it because I'm the developer. So if I did a good job, people would say you've changed it. But the fastest time the community member has done is something insane, like 42 seconds. Okay.
Right.
Let's get the final results together. Let me.
I did 42 seconds.
But I think
Danny-
they may have had power-ups to do 42 seconds. But okay. Can you guys? You'll need. I'm gonna get the leaderboard up, but you guys won't be able to see it. Maybe you can get the leaderboard up on your screen. I'll send you the link.
I can cast it.
It's
That's fantastic.
the
Is it twitch.tv?
no. Well, I'll just send you the leaderboard. Actually, the website, which is easy to go to. I'll send it to you on the Telegram. But it's mintgox.com/lightning-lap.
Yeah, we got it.
We got it.
Got it.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh dear.
Me.
That's the look of it.
Brecky, I'm gonna be Coincorner.
We're nowhere near the
crap.
first two. Nowhere near the first two.
No.
Okay, so let's start off with who was first? David
Zach.
did it. Zach did it first.
Yeah.
I'm just worried I'm not in the top 20.
Give me a second. I just need to submit the scores to the. It's a bit of a manual task to do this. So.
Always nerve-wracking.
So how do you think you did, David? Do you have any rough
Oh,
idea
me.
of your time?
Who went first? Zach went first, didn't he?
Oh, sorry, Zach. Sorry, you're correct.
I don't think I've touched anywhere near the top 2. I'll be happy to be in the 50s, to be honest.
In the 50s?
Yeah.
Your top 3.
Yeah, that'll be in the top 3.
No.
Well,
Oh, right.
I admire your confidence.
All right.
I'm with you, Zach. I think so.
I'm glad you found it.
Thanks, team.
You think you're in the high 50s or low 50s?
These guys don't even think I'm in the 50s.
I think late 50s, Zach. Top 50s.
I think.
I'll be happy with the podium position, to be honest. I'll take bronze.
Team player.
Yeah. But I think I'll take the gold in this off.
Okay, if you refresh the page, we can see that
Oh,
Zach is
well,
number 3
Oh!
with 53.616 seconds.
Oh.
That's good, seeing as like you only played the game today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll have to get you on again after, like, Nicola Dorier plays for like a week.
Oh, I'll 3 seconds. Natural gamer.
And you're done.
Cheers, man.
That is impressive.
We had David next.
Right.
Let's go refresh.
Yeah, me next.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
You might need to scroll down when they do yours.
So how do you think you did, David?
I reckon it's somewhere in the 60s. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we got at the 60s? We got Mags, Brecky the Blind, Brad Mills. So
So hopefully between, well, actually, just behind Zach probably.
behind Zach?
Yeah.
61, I reckon you got
61.
or maybe 59.
Yes.
Well, you are. If you refresh,
Oh,
Nice.
61.
bang on 60.
That seems a long way behind you, doesn't it?
That's because it is.
1 second.
It didn't feel like that many seconds.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Oh, I'm kind of disappointed.
The underdog wins the town.
Next we had Molly.
Yeah.
I think we can
We
safely
don't-
say that it wasn't as good as the other guys.
Yeah.
I don't think I can beat Ned. That was embarrassing.
You don't think you beat Ned? Ned was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So
I think. Really
worse
bad.
than 76 seconds. You're thinking? You're thinking more 80 seconds?
I mean,
No, you weren't that bad, man.
I feel like you guys are just saying that.
I think you're better than me on that spot. So.
Well, you're not even up there yet.
No. I'm down the bottom.
I think, okay, maybe I'll be 75 seconds, 1 second ahead of Nopal and Ned. Let's go for that.
Let's have a look. So if you refresh,
Oh, Brad Mills,
Okay.
where you at?
That's okay.
so
Right.
refresh for the viewers, and yeah, so you did better than Brad Mills. So you're better than a no coiner and better than a Bitcoiner. So
Cool,
Let's
I'll take that. I'll tweet him later.
rub it in. And last but not least, or maybe least, that's we don't know about the score.
I have no idea what you can believe it.
80.
You can't have the
No,
CEO of a big
come on, you
country losing to no corner.
Annie, you weren't as bad as I was, don't worry.
I thought I was.
So you're thinking 80?
That would be hilarious.
That would be
That would be
You
hilarious.
couldn't show your face again.
80?
long as
That's
I-
what you're going for? It wasn't that bad, I think. But
Yeah.
I know.
I'm going 70.
So,
I'd like to have beaten you, so
close,
I reckon you're 72.54.
It was, okay. Well, if we refresh, then we can see it wasn't. It was actually all right. It was 60,
Nice!
62.
They beat me by half a second.
Yeah. Your face.
Nice.
I'm so pleased with that now.
Oh, it's like
Yeah, I know. By all means, not a shameful and an admirable attempt. Seeing as it, you only got the game, you only replayed the game today, so we'll have to get you guys back on to do some more in the future.
we should try and get the rest of the team, get Ross on it.
Yeah, Ross will wipe the floor with everyone. It's the best game I've ever seen.
We'll have to do like a kind of Coincorner event and do some giveaways and stuff, and have the whole team racing each other.
Sounds good.
I'm happy with my bronze. Where do I pick my medal up from?
It's in the post.
Sweet.
Cool, awesome. Okay, so we actually got a bunch of questions from the audience, so let's just plow through them. Let me just double check if we got anything from Twitter. So I've got we've got messages coming in from Twitch and Periscope and all sorts.
Oh,
So
hopefully they're nice questions. Just abuse from our customers.
Molly for the win, something we said.
Oh,
Well, what were the final poll? The final poll was people thought that Molly would win, and people thought that Zach would be last. Actually,
Yeah, underdog. Everyone loves an underdog. They'll make a movie about it.
You really
From 0 to hero.
Straight to video.
okay. So first question from the audience is: how does Coincorner Molly create such amazing memes?
Oh,
Hey, Desiree, it's last time.
I know that was.
Who has asked that? That's
I know that's
ridiculous.
from Des. I saw a tweet before. Well, it's just because I'm naturally funny.
Wow.
Do we have
Hang on, give me the credit.
Yeah. Well, do you want the real story, Dave?
Yeah.
The real story is I'm naturally ginger. So when you've been bullied at primary school,
Oh, no.
Oh,
you
nice.
have to
Get a little
learn
violin out.
to be funny.
That's what the tone.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's keep it light.
No, don't know. I
We
guess.
love the memes in this office.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like they kind of, especially being in marketing, I have to be viral sometimes.
It's
It's how-
crazy how if you went back 20 years or 10 years and said that to do marketing you'd have to learn about memes and gifs, we'd be like, what?
Like the more serious version of marketing, isn't it? But the really funny and
Yeah.
it works kind of thing. It's
Honestly, all the shit posting gets far more engagement than
yeah.
anything serious I ever put out. So
Mm.
shit posting is
Cool. Let's go through the questions. What we got? What would you be doing if Bitcoin hadn't existed? Well, I guess that's a question to everybody.
Wow.
Who wants to-
Wow.
I'll go first. I would.
painful.
I would probably be more sane or something. But I don't know.
That's on that one.
I'll
Yeah.
go first. I probably
Yeah,
would
Molly.
have a lot more sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Profession-wise, I guess, right? What industry would you be in? Do you think maybe?
God, I don't know. I think before I joined Coincorner, I had an interest in sort of like esports industry because the Isle of Man's big for that. So I was trying to look at getting the esports industry before Bitcoin, but I don't know. It's one of the things, isn't it? You can't imagine.
Yeah, but it came out of the blue, right? In a way, for most people, Bitcoin, right? So.
Yeah.
How about you, Danny?
Yes, software developer. So I think that side.
Bit of modelling.
Bit of modeling.
Danny has a
Let's
history
not
of modelling.
Yeah, so I guess before Bitcoin, I created a software company, and that was then eventually branched into the Bitcoin side more.
What kind of software would it be, though? Would it be payment still, do you think, or financial services, or?
No, at the time we were just doing it for clients, so we had quite a few
Okay.
clients.
Well,
So doing
whatever they
web-
want, yeah.
Yeah, platforms for them. But at the time, that was why we then got into Bitcoin, because it was kind of we wanted to do something ourselves and not rely on the clients. So probably something internet-based startup related, I guess. What industry? I have no idea.
Yeah. Hard to say, yeah. I actually got into Bitcoin because I was working at a software company that just made software for clients, and one of the clients wanted a Bitcoin wallet. So, interesting. David?
I would probably be doing exactly the same thing.
Accounting, you mean? Oh,
Yeah, probably, like Molly said, probably have a bit more sleep, look a bit younger. It's aged me, I think, Bitcoin.
How old are you really?
22.
22. No, but I'd be doing the same thing.
I think it's a fair point. One thing is, with Bitcoin, you always have this thing that it could just explode. It kind of is exploding. at the moment, but that feature could just really just become like mainstream, and like a Bitcoin's worth $1 million. It'd be strange to live in a life where you don't have that feeling it is the future. Something amazing is just going to happen, right? You know, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Zach?
Well, judging after tonight's performance, pro gamer. No, probably something in tech. But I'd probably like to say running my own kind of tech business. I don't know what. They're quite entrepreneurial.
We've got a few business ideas actually, haven't we? That are outside Bitcoin.
Yeah, me and Danny are always throwing around business ideas that we want to play around with. So yeah, probably something in tech still.
Cool. Awesome. So for questions, okay, this is an interesting one. Why do you think the BBC is so anti-Bitcoin? If you think the BBC is so anti-Bitcoin, which you may not, I don't know. So, I was going to confirm for the viewers, the BBC is, if you don't know, which you probably would know, but it's basically like the state-run TV channel in the UK.
I don't think it's anti-Bitcoin.
Well, funnily enough, the weird thing that we've done our podcast earlier and recorded it, but we haven't pushed it out yet. But we're actually talking about that on the podcast.
We talked about the BBC.
Oh, was this question asked by one of you guys then, or no?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really watched too much of the BBC, but I guess like in the early days, they'd interview someone about Bitcoin and have one guy who was pro-Bitcoin and then some guy who was anti-Bitcoin. It was pretty much that kind of thing. But
Pro BBC.
Yeah, but they're not anti-Bitcoin. They're perfectly neutral on everything.
On it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess for the viewers, the BBC is kind of having a little bit of my vibe is that I think they're making new TV channels, aren't they? Because there's a kind of feeling that the BBC is not completely partial or biased, but some people would obviously argue against that. So there's this kind of sense in the UK that the BBC, is kind of being disrupted or something like that. But yeah.
It still strives to be as neutral as possible.
The TV license.
Yeah, they make 70% of their revenue from the TV license.
That we don't even watch the channels.
That's because they don't accept advertisers.
It's very
If you don't accept advertising revenue, then you've got more ability.
No one cares.
That's the thing about the BBC. Like, I don't watch the BBC News, but sometimes they do have good TV shows like dramas. But then I realize they haven't made it; other people have made it, and they've just bought it. So I don't know, but yeah. Anyway,
we're not.
Nah.
But okay, you don't think it's biased against Bitcoin per se or anything?
I think a lot of mainstream.
Yeah, I think it's most mainstream doesn't get it really, does it?
I think it depends on the journalist.
Yeah.
It depends on what's happening in the headline grabbing. Clickbait, I guess, is the best way to put it. They use that obviously, and every outlet generally uses that anyway. So I think it's a combination of clickbait, crazy headlines, and the journalist involved in actually writing it more than the actual outlet itself. I'd say.
Yeah,
I agree with that. This is an easy one. What is a BTC withdrawal fee on Coincorner? Because it depends, right?
We have a flat back what's down to now. No, 2.5 or whatever.
Yeah, 3 notes 2.5, but Lightning withdrawals are free, so we obviously try and Lightning withdrawals as much as possible.
Yeah, I think like this year it's the year of Lightning exchanges, so.
And I think next year is the adoption of Lightning in exchanges. So I think this year will be integration. Next year we'll hopefully see some volume.
Yeah. For sure. Cool. Got a couple more. One is, do you plan to support Croatia
in the Euros?
I mean, just personally.
I'm just.
There's no points for England. Is that? I can't even remember if that's one of our countries. Actually,
I assume not. Asking.
I'll check.
We have so many countries, we're not sure if we even support that one. Generally, Europe, we will only look to support one. We'll support it if it's available, but if, for example, Netherlands and Germany introduce certain licenses where we have to have a physical office there, and it's not worth it to us at the minute, so we kind of pulled out of them territories. But eventually, the plan will be to go back into all of the European countries.
Yeah.
So at the minute, it's not particularly on the short-term roadmap, but maybe in the sort of mid to long term.
I'll say if you're in a country that doesn't have support for Bitcoin, I would write to your local politician and make it easier for companies to integrate. Okay, final question, I think. Let me just check. Yeah, a bit of a curveball one. I think I've got two final questions. One is easy. How does it feel to be beaten by Dave, Danny?
That must have come from Matt, all right. No comment.
Feels good, man. Feels good, Mayan.
Yeah.
I guess
To be honest,
Dave will find out tomorrow morning at work. No, Monday. It's Saturday tomorrow, isn't it?
We'll see you tomorrow morning.
His desk is moved into the closet.
Only half a second. I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I could have easily gone the other way.
Yeah.
And yeah, what are your views on Peter Schiff? Do you have views on Peter Schiff?
I like Spencer Schiff.
Spencer Schiff's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know who Spencer Schiff is, but
That's his son, who
okay.
Bitcoin, massive fan of Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
And Spencer pretty much spends his time on Twitter trolling his dad. So you'll see that quite often. But yeah, Peter Schiff is just...
He's a troll.
He's an attention grabbing at the minute. He knows exactly what he's saying, gets the attention, and people give him that attention. So,
I mean, his website accepts Bitcoin.
Yeah,
so that tells you everything you need to know.
yeah. His website's gold.
You can pay in Bitcoin for gold.
And he does nothing but slag it off.
Yeah.
It's slightly pure attention seeker.
Yeah, I troll him quite regularly, but I've not been blocked by him yet. Maybe he's just not seen the message.
Troll recognizes.
I think he's not particularly like one of those like kind of soft like snowflake. He tends to like to give as much as he gets, right? So maybe like I've seen him on a bunch of debates and podcasts, and he's happy to like argue it out. But
yeah. There's a statistic site for Twitter. I can't remember which one it was now. That was on the other day, and I actually saw. I think he was in terms of influencers, and it was how many tweets and interactions each tweet gets, and how often they mention Bitcoin. So it was a Bitcoin influencer piece, and Peter Schiff was third, I think, because he mentioned Bitcoin in so many tweets. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, so maybe he does like the attention a little bit.
Yeah,
I think you kind of see that in like movements. Like,
good question,
I have to get him on the podcast. Maybe I'll message him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't beat anything of us.
That's the thing. The lightning lap thing, in a way, kind of, it basically people who aren't savvy with games, it's quite hard to get them on, right? Actually, I emailed John Cleese because last interview we got a request to have John Cleese on, so I messaged him and actually got a reply, but it was just too. It wasn't going to do with like have to play the game, and then it turned out he's not doing interviews, so maybe in the future. But anyway, cool. I think that's all the questions. If anybody has any more questions, let me know. But if not, I think we'll call it an evening, folks. And thank you so much for coming on. I'll give you each all like a final word. Is there anything you want to let the viewers know? How can they find out more about Coincorner, or
So many ways. I guess Twitter is where we're most active from the company perspective, but also from our own personal perspectives. We're all on Twitter, aren't we? We have a podcast.
Yeah, Bitcoiners.
Yep, you do have a podcast, Bitcoiners. So
we just waffle, really.
Yeah. It's just us four, but it's just about what's going on that week in the news and giving our, I guess, a little bit of insider insight of how we.
I listened to the podcast actually the other day, and it was quite a good balance where you kind of go into technical things a little bit, but not too much, which I quite like. So I quite like you were talking about the ECDSA signature patent. There's an acronym which was anyway. I hadn't heard of it before.
Schnorr and Taproot.
Yeah, so that was quite cool. Anyway, so definitely that's Bitcoiners, and make sure to follow Coincorner is that just Coincorner on Twitter?
Yeah. We're on other ones as well.
So great place if you are in the UK, and also other countries in Europe, and so you can do dollar cost average. You can also get sats back when you purchase, correct? And also you can buy and sell Bitcoin. So I'm actually definitely going to sign up for it because I've moved back to the UK and I haven't actually used any service yet. But now with the price action, I might start doing some dollar cost averaging. And next time I buy a laptop, make sure to buy it through you guys.
Yeah.
Get Molly to 10K on Twitter. Great chat, guys. Really enjoyed it. Awesome. Happy audience. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Thanks, guys, so much. And yeah, hopefully we'll have you back on again and we can smash those scores. Anyway,
Thank you for having us on.
Thanks, Chris.
no problem. See you guys soon.